You don't always have integer answers. Sometimes you're left with square roots. Let's take a look at an example. Let's reverse the order of operations to find our x. So first we're going to add 7 to both sides. That leaves us with 1/2 times x plus 6 squared is equal to 11. Then I'm going to undo my multiplication or division. Since to undo multiplying by half, I'm going to multiply by 2. And then that leaves me with x plus 6 squared is equal to 22. I'm going to undo my exponent by taking a square root of both sides, remembering that I will need a plus or minus. That leaves me with x plus 6 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 22. From there, I open up a t-chart and I say x plus 6 is equal to the positive square root of 22, and x plus 6 is equal to the negative square root of 22. Then I can undo my parentheses, which in this case is subtract 6 from both sides. Because they're not like terms, I'm left with x is equal to negative 6 plus the square root of 22. On this side, if I subtract 6 from both sides, I have, again, 6 is equal to the negative 6 minus the square root of 22. Let's check it algebraically. In place of x, I'm going to write my negative 6 plus 20, the square root of 22. And I want to know if that is equal to 4. I do my parentheses first. I see that I have a negative 6 and a positive 6. That cancels out, so that leaves me with 1/2 times the square root of 22 squared minus 7 is equal to 4. The square and the square root cancel out, so that gives me 1/2 times 22 minus 7 is equal to 4. Then 1/2 times 22 is 11 minus 7. And 11 minus 7 is 4, so that checks out. On my second side, I'm going to do the same thing, except my x here is negative 6 minus the square root of 22. And I'm just recopying everything else in the equation. Inside my parentheses, again, my negative 6 and my positive 6 cancel out, so I'm left with 1/2 times the square root, the negative square root of 22 squared minus 7 is equal to 4. Negative square root of 22 squared is positive 22. So I have 1/2 times 22 minus 7 is equal to 4. 1/2 times 22 is 11 minus 7 equal to 4. 4 is equal to 4, and that checks out. If I put these values into a calculator, negative 6 plus the square root of 22 is negative 1.31. This is equal to negative 10.69. If I go over to Desmos, I can see that, yes, these are the points of intersection that I found. They match, and I know that I've done it correctly.